My confidence is not based on what other people think of me. I do not have to wait for compliments from other people for me to realize that, oh, I look good today. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you're going to stay. Press that subscribe button if you like wellness, mental health content, and also product reviews as well. But yes, let's get started with today's video. Remember, I did like girl talks on this channel where we talk about depression and anxiety, but I never really did more videos after those first two videos. I think it's because content like this, you really try to be careful not to sound like you're giving advice. It's just me rambling online basically. Like when I was young, I never had like a diary, but I would actually just take a camera or the phone and actually just record myself saying random stuff, almost like what people call journaling today, but I never really realized. But yes, just so we could talk about mental health issues, wellness, and anything else that you guys want us to talk about. I'll try to do polls on Instagram once in a while, or maybe on TikTok, which is my most active social media right now. So follow me on TikTok. Today I just want to talk about being an introvert. Like, people associate being an introvert with just not being cool or not being fun enough or not being well spoken and all of that. And for me, for the longest time, I always felt like I needed to just match the people around me. I always need to just keep up with my brother, with my sisters, and everyone around me. And I always felt almost like guilt when I couldn't keep up with the people around me. Whenever people go out or start experiencing life in a different way or be super adventurous, I would feel like there's literally something wrong with me for not being interested in that. But honestly, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I always feel very uncomfortable when people feel offended that you are an introvert, as if you are allergic to seeing people and going to gatherings. But honestly, it's not really about that. There's so many people who still think that being an introvert is very abnormal. Like, they're associated with social anxiety, they're associated with just isolating yourself, and maybe you have issues. But honestly, it's not really about that at all. You just pick when to show up. Today I'm actually feeling very cozy, and I don't know if you guys like this background, but it's actually my bedroom, and you can see this pillow right next to me. So I just wanted to get really comfy. So the first reason why I love being an introvert, honestly, this is the most difficult for me because I really am an overthinker, and I think that's the negative part of being an introvert, because you're always stuck with your own thoughts and your own emotions, and you actually have no one to share them with. But that can also be a good thing. So being an introvert allows you to confront those emotions and just understand what is really going on inside, like with your mental health, and really be aware of your thoughts. I think for the longest time for me, I was always like trying to find someone to actually blame for whatever it is that is going on in my life. And then when I realized that I'm actually an introvert, I shouldn't force things, that's where I took a step back and tried to enjoy my own company and actually confront my own thoughts. One of the powerful tools that I'm using right now is actually meditation. The social media these days, so honestly, you do not have enough time to really take a good look at yourself, and I think meditation has helped me with that, confronting my own emotions and confronting my own feelings. When it comes to just mental health and depression and anxiety and all of that, you need to really be aware of what's going on. You cannot just go outside and drink and party and be with all those people who are going to create an illusion and make you feel like you are okay, but then you're not. And then when you come back home, it's just a different situation. You come back, you're crying and you're sobbing, and you realize, oh, I'm not okay. I was just surrounded by all these people who are so secure and so safe and so happy that I thought I was also happy as well. Which brings me to the next point. Being an introvert and always being at home and being alone, you literally do not have anyone else to compare yourself with but yourself. It's just people who are not confident enough to go outside and not compare themselves with other people. And that's exactly why it's so beneficial in your healing journey and also in your mental health journey to just firstly learn to be your own company and be comfortable in your own skin before you can actually step outside. I believe you can still be an introvert, you can still protect your peace and be comfortable and not compare yourself to other people even though you're around them. But when you're alone, it gives you so much practice to do that and work on your own issues before you step outside. What I also like about being an introvert and always being alone is the fact that my confidence is not based on what other people think of me. I do not have to wait for compliments from other people for me to realize that, oh, I look good today. My confidence is not based on other people's compliments and what other people see of me or how people view me. And that's a very powerful thing to feel. Anyone needs to be able to have like self-confidence. You need to really be able to like build it within you, because that is the confidence that is actually going to last very long. Like the confidence you get from compliments, it's just an illusion, because the second someone compliments you, you just remember it for the next few weeks or maybe the next few days or the few hours after they compliment you. But if you meet someone else who says something negative, then all of that goes away. You no longer feel confident. I think as introverts, you're actually forced to do that because you do not have anyone else who's there to boost your confidence, because you are always alone. You always are choosing to be in your own space, which is comfort. You end up finding things that you love about you and things that are beautiful about you. And obviously there's negatives to this, because that is why so many introverts, they end up being depressed and anxious, because they overanalyze their own faces and their own appearances, always longing for validation from the external world. But if you could literally learn how to just build that on your own and be able to give yourself a compliment and actually believe it. So many people, they believe compliments from strangers or from other people, which is really strange, because we should all be able to compliment ourselves. We should all be able to look at ourselves in the mirror and feel beautiful. And if we tell ourselves that we are beautiful, then that's all that matters. So one more thing that I actually really like and I wanted to mention is the fact that my decisions are never influenced by other people, because I'm always choosing to be by myself, right? I'm always choosing to isolate myself, as people always say. If I miss out on going outside and choose to prioritize self-care and be indoors and just enjoy my own company, I know that whatever it is that I decide for myself that day, whatever it is that I choose to do that day or that week, it's based on what I really want to do. It's based on what's coming from inside. It's never really influenced by someone else. The choices that you make are basically yours. No one else is there to change your mind. Eventually you do learn that this is the right path for me. This is what I truly like, without looking at social media, without looking at other people, what they're doing, without someone else telling you that. And I feel like a lot of people would be doing entirely different things if they were not influenced or if they were not told by other people what is it that they should be doing. So if you find yourself feeling a bit lonely as an introvert, these are just ideas of what you can do. Obviously, this is my routine. Are the things that I do to feel less lonely. But if you want to start doing them as well, you can do that. One thing that I always share online as well on my platforms is working out. I feel like moving your body and being dedicated to some kind of workout routine, can actually keep you occupied and keep your mind occupied, because when you are working out, you're not just working out for your physical appearance and your physical goals, but also for your mental health as well. The biggest problem that introverts have is the fact that they overthink so much, because they're by themselves, they isolated themselves from society. So you end up filling your thoughts with negativity because of negative habits that you are practicing when you're by yourself. But that is why it's very important for me to just work out and practice self-care and just be on a routine that I know I can sustain. That is why I also practice meditation. I will always preach meditation all the time, because it's a practice that I ignored for a very long time, but then now I started doing, and it is making all the difference in my life when it comes to my anxiety and just those depressive moments that I have. When I am dealing with PMS, I don't know if other girls are also going through the same thing, but I get super depressed and I just don't want to do anything. I'm less productive, but meditation brings me back to what's important. Another thing that is very important to me is self-care. Like already mentioned, I do exfoliating, salt baths, I do hair mask, face mask, all of that. Just working out and moving my body, anything that really feels very gentle and just makes you feel really good about yourself. do it. You know, self-care for some people will just going out and just go shopping and spend money and find a new outfit to wear, or go to a cute solo date. Anything that makes you feel good, always try to do that. I try to romanticize my life in every way, even when there's times where I don't really feel really good, like I'm anxious about something, but I try to just step out of that by romanticizing my life. I try to also say some affirmations to myself. I'm good enough, I'm confident, I am pretty, I am this, just to boost my own confidence, and also just to open space for positivity in my life. I know so many people online, social media, they always try to define self-care as this thing where you just going out and doing your hair, getting your nails done, going on a spa. But honestly, self-care can be done at home. You can also just go for walks, anything that feels like you're taking care of yourself. That is the true definition of self-care. Don't let other people make you feel like you're not doing enough to take care of yourself because you're not going for a spa, or you're not doing yoga classes or Pilates classes. It makes you feel like you're elevating your life, and it makes you feel at ease after doing it. If you maybe apply your favorite hair mask, and after that your hair is really soft and it makes you feel good, it makes you feel accomplished, then you should do that. Yes, to my gorgeous introverts out there, you are valid, you are beautiful, and there's literally nothing wrong with you, and there's nothing uncool about being an introvert. You go out there, you do you take your time, but if it makes sense to you, then do what works for you. I hope you guys find comfort in your own bodies. I hope you find comfort in your own thoughts. I hope you find comfort in your own homes as well, because home is the most comfortable place for an introvert. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.